Problem 29 is a follow-up problem on vocal cords, and the question is, if your vocal cords are approximated by a string 15 millimeters long, what is the fundamental frequency of the sound they make? And that's assuming that the speed of sound in your vocal cords is 3 meters per second. So how do you go about solving this problem? Well, first, you have to think of, or need to think of, that the velocity of any wave is its frequency times its wavelength. All right? You got to remember that. The next thing you need to remember or think about is when you're talking about a string, right? The fundamental wavelength that you can excite for your length here, right? If that's a length L, that length L is actually lambda over 2, right? That's actually lambda over 2. So if it are the wavelength divided by 2, because if you wanted a full wavelength, well, that's like that. All right? Full wavelength is twice the length of the string. So if we stick that in so that L equals lambda over 2 or lambda equals 2L, then the velocity is the frequency 2L times the frequency. And what they're asking for is the frequency. We have velocity, we have the length, all right? So the frequency they're after is the 3 meters per second, right, divided by 3 meters per second. Let me put parentheses around all of that, divided by 2 times 15 millimeters. Now 15 millimeters, 0.15 meters. We've got to get everything into the same units here. All right. So in the bottom, in the top we have 3 meters per second. In the bottom we have 2 times 0.05. That becomes 3 divided by 0.03 seconds. The meters cancel out, right? And we end up with a per second. Right? And so this clearly is 100 per second, and 100 per second is 100 hertz. And so the answer is B. 100 hertz. Just a different note, 100 hertz is actually fairly low. It is, now the human voice itself, should this come up, the human voice itself ranges from somewhere around 20 hertz on the low end for someone with a really low voice to up around 15 kilohertz, 15,000 hertz for someone with a really strong soprano voice. Most female singers are in the 2,000 hertz to 4,000 hertz range. Most male singers a little bit below that, but not much below that. And so this brings us to the end of problem 28.